Martin Luther King said not to judge people by the color of their skin.
So Martin Luther King said a lot of stuff, but he knew about institutional and internalized racism.
Yeah, Martin Luther King. Like what, woman? Like, yeah, Martin Luther King, he's alright, but like, you know, sometimes he's a fucking idiot. Am I racist? Part 2. Let's get into it.
I am in a room with primarily white people.
You're safe here. I think I speak for all of us when I say, in this room.
One more interruption,
Right,
I'm going to have
folks?
to ask you to step out again. So, what do you feel in your body when you hear the term white people?
I feel like a cringe about it.
Cringe is a good word.
Cringe? Yeah.
Pick a word, but that's a very good one.
Okay.
As soon as you asked the question, I felt inside, like a gut, a little bit of a poke.
Man is
But I think it's
traumatized.
for all of
The thing
Step
about...
out for a moment.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
With me out of the room, the group put 2 and 2 together and realized who I actually was. Not a guy named Steven.
They googled him.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Ooh.
How are
Sorry
you?
about that.
Oh, no problem. Remind me of your name again.
Steven.
Steven?
Steven Crowder.
Okay.
Do you want to come up and share anything?
Sure, what do you want me to share?
Whatever's on your
I
mind.
just want to know that, like, my physical safety and yours and everybody else's here is okay.
Why would your physical safety not be okay? Did I miss something?
I love when they just go to, I feel like you're gonna attack me.
I
Shut the
don't feel
fuck up before I hit you.
What?
You don't need to be caught up. We're going to be silent.
That arrogance.
Is it because I said I had 17 black friends? It might have been 15. It depends on how you count them.
she was about to
Be
laugh.
silent.
This
Is it because I
woman,
said I had 17 black
this woman right here, she was about to burst. Depends on how you count them.
friends? It might have been 15. It depends on how you count them.
I would really appreciate it if you left, so like the people who actually want to be here and deserve to be here can get what they
I do
need.
wanna be
Can
here.
you please leave?
Come with me.
Well,
Thank you.
I didn't consent to be touched.
Ooh,
I'm not offering to touch you.
Yes,
I'm
you
offering
did.
to walk you out. Will you walk with me and I'll answer your questions?
Okay, I'll admit it. My name's not Steven. Maybe you already knew that.
oh
Money.
God, I went to school with a couple of. I can see them doing this. Is it not Stephen? You're really Matt Walsh, aren't you?
I just was here on this journey that I'm just starting, but I see that I'm not wanted.
If you were on your journey, then you would have told us who you were and your real name, but you didn't.
Lady, I gave you $30,000. I thought, like, why don't you cut me some slack?
I did everything I could to fit in. I opened up. I was raw and emotional. I told them about my black friends. It was no use. They rejected me. And they called the police.
They call the
My mere
police.
presence in the room. If they know that I'm Matt Walsh, I'll always be an outsider. I need to look like one. Like someone who is progressive, tolerant, enlightened.
What is a woman?
I haven't actually watched What is a Woman. I probably should. But a journey, one that takes deliberate, consistent work.
Time to get serious about my anti-racist training. And it's not going to be cheap.
Well, she came pretty cheap. Relatively cheap. She's just starting her own journey.
Being racist. You gotta do the work though.
What is race?
Did race exist as a reality before?
We made race exist.
Don't be ready for work. That's white supremacy. And if you drink, make sure it's Hennessy.
If you drink, make sure it's Hennessy.
And if you don't see,
Robin DiAngelo, so she's the author of the book White Fragility, she talks about the system of racism that we have in the U.S. is based in white supremacy.
do the work.
This is why a conversation about reparations and about repair is important.
Do the work. Do the work.
Ultimately, what Martin Luther King said not to judge people by the color of their skin.
So Martin Luther King said a lot of stuff, but he knew about institutional and
What?
internalized racism.
Yeah, Martin Luther King. Like what, woman? Like, yeah, Martin Luther King, he's alright, but like, you know, sometimes he's a fucking idiot. Yeah, he said a lot of stuff, you know, don't take him seriously.
The reason we cannot be colorblind now is because we're still working on the problem.
Do the work. Do the work.
Oh no.
DEI certified. If you need some help, let me know, sir. My name is Matt. I am certified in diversity, equity, and inclusion. Just got my certification. Just letting you know, I am DEI certified. DEI certified.
What is DEI?
You're in good hands here. I'm qualified to have these kinds of important dialogues. Just talk to me about decentering your whiteness and where you are on that journey.
Decentering my whiteness.
Yeah.
Why do I have to go away from my whiteness?
There were some things that, kind of brought to my thought process during that course that I had never
Like what?
thought about before. Just about my own thinking when you start thinking about how you feel, but you maybe don't want to feel. Does that make sense?
It does make.
Fucking niggers.
Sense. What do you mean?
My own thinking when you start thinking about how you feel, but you
I'm gonna have to bleep that. Like, come on.
before. Just about my own thinking when you start thinking about how you feel, but you maybe don't want to feel. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. What do you mean?
What do you mean?
I am white, and I am not racist.
That's how we deal with racism. We just say, oh, it's not happening. I don't want to forget about it.
It's cool. Like, you can flash your card all you want, but you got to be a real human at some point in your life.
Did you see the card?
Give a damn about your car.
We can all agree that you guys have some things to learn.
I
have
feel
some more
like you're
things
the
to
most
teach.
racist person I've ever talked to.
One of us got the license, the other one didn't.
You just sound like a really racist person.
That I am. I've realized that. I've been told
Why do you
that.
admit that?
Because denying it doesn't make it go away.
Oh boy.
All right. We're still on a journey, all of us together.
Yeah.
That's my motto.
I think you got some journeying to do.
A viral video from September at ASU's Multicultural Center ignited a firestorm.
What did I do wrong?
You have it,
You're offensive. You're making the space uncomfortable. But you're white. This white man thinks he can take up our space, and this is why we need a multicultural space.
You're not.
You are racist. Your sticker is racist because you can choose to be a cop. You can choose to kill people with a badge, and you're protecting that shit, which means that you're racist.
Meet the charming young lady from that video, Sarah
boy.
DeCola, founding member.
You racist. Like, who are you helping? He's like, oh, I feel so much better now.
She has a PhD in sustainability.
Septum goddamn rings. Any ring right here, nutcase. Duh, I hate that shit so much. Every time I'm like talking to someone, I'm like, oh, you're just gonna have that ring on all day, aren't you? Just imagine, everywhere you walk in, it's like, hey, look, right here, I got something for you. Fucking,
Myself. For a 1,500.
Yeah, she's also starting her journey, baby steps.
What's up with white people?
A lot of it has to do with cognitive dissonance, which allows white people to feel okay about what happened.
Yeah. This thing is high as hell. A lot of it has to do with cognitive dissonance.
There was actually a lot of studies on Nazi doctors and how they were able to live with themselves. It's this splitting of the self. And so you have this part of you that knows that they did wrong, and you have the other self that's like, oh, I didn't do anything wrong. Racism? Why are you blaming me for what my ancestors did? It's not my fault. I would say that we need to abolish whiteness. It's always been rooted in othering the other
How?
who don't fit into whiteness. But the only thing about white culture is buying things and stealing things.
How do I
Jesus Christ.
confront my shadow?
Oh,
Could I say, if someone called me racist, could I say, well, I'm not racist. My shadow self is, but I'm not.
It's the splitting of the self, like I said in the beginning about Nazi doctors. Your shadow self is out here being racist and you're not even aware of it.
I'm wondering, where do I go from here as an individual on this anti-racist journey?
what an unproductive
And
conversation.
your own are
You
existing.
just got a virgin, and then you take with your shadow Nazi doctor person, and then like, and then Jasmine brought me over some shrooms.
Americans is predicated on other people's suffering. Learn about who is suffering.
The
because
thing about the suffering thing, you gotta make sure that.
To be a good ally, I need to be an activist.
I have noticed the vehicle for expressing such grievances is not through shaming. Just try to smile through all the pain.
Our nation is
For now.
with relatives. I needed some help, so I asked Ben, one of my 17 black friends, to join me on the
17 is too many to have
Change
black
the
friends.
world.
I like 17,
Petition,
like, how you maintain such close friendship? Oh God, he's calling me
rename
again.
George Washington Monument to the George Floyd Monument. Because, of course, George Washington was a slave owner. Yep.
Oh man, I love that.
We're talking about painting it black. We're going to raise it 30%. Increase.
It's like an old joke that's always funny.
If there were a black person around here, I would hug them and apologize to them all day long for what
There's a
happened.
black person right here. Does he not exist?
I'm sorry, I just didn't look that direction.
It sounds like you're in the habit of overlooking marginalized communities.
This is horrible. It's horrible doing this to.
You are an American. I love you. I'm sorry.
Ah!
Let's just sign it and move on. You don't have to sign it.
So yeah, let's just wrap this whole thing up.
I think it's a beautiful idea.
You think it's a beautiful idea?
I do.
That white guilt,
Encouraging
man,
number of
it's a
signatures
beautiful
so far.
thing.
We have a petition for
Shame,
the-
man, they're
to redress
trying.
historical- If you're willing to.
That's horrible.
Yeah, will you sign it?
Yeah. So are you going to erase all of them?
Yeah.
You want to rename Washington Monument after that nigga? That nigga wasn't he on fentanyl or something?
No.
Get the fuck out of here before I knock your teeth out.
Oh, can you sign it anyway? Nope.
Goddamn, want to
Getting
replace
people to agree
Washington
to
with
change the
fucking niggas.
monument to the George Floyd monument.
Am I allowed to say all this stuff? This country is a racist, transphobic, homophobic, xenophobic, ableist, classist, Islamophobic, misogynistic dumpster fire. That's true. But like, is it really a bad thing though? It's like, oh, this country's misogynistic. Like, well, which country isn't? Fucking Finland? Yeah, I guess Finland. But I'm gonna cut it there for now. That is Am I Racist Part 2. I wanna really take my time with this one if y'all don't mind. And also, I'm not sure how much of this I'm allowed to put per video. The last one got copyrighted, so who really cares at this point? But yeah, stay tuned for more. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.